Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Day Parade 2020, held at the historical Padang grounds. The Padang is where we held Singapore's first National Day Parade in 1966 after gaining independence. It is symbolic that even in a challenging year like this, we continue to hold our National Day Parade to celebrate our nation's resilience and strength, just as we have done over the past 54 years. The theme of this year's parade is Together, a Stronger Singapore, which is a rallying call to all Singaporeans to unite as one and emerge from the challenges stronger as a nation. As part of our nation's initiative to show our heartfelt appreciation to our frontline fighters and essential workers who have stepped up courageously during this period, the parade will dedicate our gratitude to this group of unsung heroes in a special segment later.
Kalah kehormatan, masuk baris.
Kalah kehormatan, tarik kiri, dapat jalan.
And this morning, the parade favorites will once again be pulling out all the stops to wish Singapore a happy birthday.
Though, Arnold, it's more compact as a parade this year to meet safe distancing guidelines. You will meet four main contingents here today, the men and women from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and the Singapore Police Force.
Now, they're supported by the combined band made up of musicians from the Singapore Armed Forces and the Police Force. And together, these four contingents form the Guard of Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade and ceremony segment this year features the state colors and the Guard of Honor contingents proudly formed by the Singapore Army, the Republic of Singapore Navy, the Republic of Singapore Air Force, and the Singapore Police Force. The state colors are accompanied by the Parade Regimental Sergeant Major, Master Warrant Officer David Ling Ta Wei.
Onto the manicured greens they file onto in perfect step, safely distanced as well. And shortly the 25-pounders will be in view for the 21-gun salute. We're looking forward to that. Plus President Halimah will arrive along with Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong.
And the parade commander this year is Lieutenant Colonel Ong Kok Cheng, the CEO of 11th Command Control Communications, Computers and Intelligence Battalion.
Kalah kehormatan, ke dalam. Terus.
Kalah kehormatan, pandang ke hadapan, banten. Kalah kehormatan, serang diri.
This year's parade commander is Lieutenant Colonel Ong Kok Cheng, Commanding Officer 11th Command, Control, Communications, Computers and Intelligence Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our Speaker of Parliament, Members of Parliament and office holders.
Kalah kehormatan, serang. Ya.
We are one Singapore, one nation strong and free.
The MP is led by Speaker of Parliament Mr. Tan Chuan Jin, who's also MP at Marine Parade GRC. And we see some brand new faces, Arnold, not so new faces too, and of course, the veterans we've come to know over the years.
United people, Singapore.
moment for all of them, no doubt.
Now let's put our hands together to welcome our cabinet ministers, senior minister and deputy prime minister.
Our island in the sun. This is my homeland. It's where my strength is from.
Cabinet ministers dressed in what's now the traditional red and white for National Day, a show of unity to represent our theme, Together a Stronger Singapore.
And there is our Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat. They're all arriving to the familiar NDP 2003 theme song, One United People.
Thailand, Kombatan! Sanang Day! Read!
We're taking you back to Changi Airport, the Lifelong Learning Institute, and also NCID, to show you how Singaporeans all across the island are celebrating this National Day parade as well.
Big waves from NTUC Fair Price Hub at Jukun, the enabling village at Lengkok Bahru, and more. The Prime Minister will arrive soon.
Thailand, Kombatan! Ready! Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of our Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong.
Prime Minister Lee, received by the Chief of Defence Force, Lieutenant General Melvin Yong.
Thailand, Kombatan! Hormat Perdana Menteri! Hormat Senjata! Thailand, Kombatan! Rusuk Senjata!
So now we look around.
And the Prime Minister, of course, attending the National Day parade for his 16th time as Prime Minister.
This is not his first National Day engagement this morning, Arnold. He just spoke with us at 10 o'clock, making many very motivational statements.
He did. He talked about how this is a virtual parade.
Kombatan! Sanang Day! Read!
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Next up, the combined band made up of members from the Singapore Armed Forces and Singapore Police Force will perform a rendition of We Are Singapore. Conducted by military expert for Ignatius Wang Ke-bin. And this is a song that really features in a very big way every 9th of August.
It does. No parade ever complete without music for the ceremonial segments, but also getting the mood and the pace right as well.
And the job, of course, given to the combined band today, the SAF and the police.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome our President, Madam Halima Yacob.
And President Halima also welcomed by the Chief of Defence Force, Lieutenant General Melvin Yong. She is here, Madam Halima, for her third NDP as Head of State.
And she will lead the national anthem moment shortly.
Kehormatan, hormat Presiden, hormat senjata.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Madam President, the parade is formed up and ready for your inspection, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, our President, Madam Halima Yacob, will now inspect the parade. As a mark of respect, the 25-pounder guns will fire a 21-gun salute in a tribute to our President. This year, the gun salute is executed by the gunners from the 23rd Battalion Singapore Artillery, right here at the Padang.
President Halima Yacob recognizes the servicemen and women on behalf of the nation. These are the officers who rose to the occasion this year in the fight against COVID-19. They were involved in so many things like mask distribution, contact tracing, health surveillance, mass testing, and so much more.
Now, these 4 Guard of Honor contingents represent the military and civil defense components of the 5 pillars of total defense. Representing the Singapore Armed Forces this year are the servicemen from the 1st Commando Battalion. This is their 16th consecutive year winning the Best Combat Unit Award.
Next up, the President makes her way to the Republic of Singapore Navy contingent represented by the Naval Diving Unit. Very proud in all white. All hands on deck for them during the circuit breaker, phase 1 and beyond, ensuring the safety of Singapore's waters during the outbreak. Continue checking on our merchant ships and other vessels passing through Singapore's waters to help maintain the confidence of the global maritime community. All throughout the crisis, the Air Force personnel stayed at Singapore's air bases to maintain operationally ready to protect Singapore's skies, right, Arnold? And they're going to be on it next.
That's right. These are the men and women from the Air Force. President Halima is talking to military expert Wan Lorraine Lim, an Air Force engineer. Now, she graduated from Temasek Polytechnic with a diploma in aerospace electronics. Emmy Lim is an on-job trainee at the 815 Squadron, and she specializes in the maintenance of the electronics of our F-16s.
Definitely part of the team protecting our skies, men and women from the RSAF. And President Halima is about to say hello and inspect the men and women from the Singapore Police Force.
Now, during the pandemic, these officers stepped up their presence and played a critical role in the community, performing contact tracing, securing quarantine facilities, and also enforcing circuit breaker measures. This pandemic has highlighted not just the resilience of our servicemen and women, but their ability to complete every mission assigned.
To sing a song for Singapore. With every generation, there's more to be grateful for. So come and sing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us wave our flags and welcome our president.
You're my brother, you're my sister. I'm thankful for my Singapore.
A very proud moment for President Halima, who is a firm supporter of our frontline fighters. Some of them are here with us at the Padang today, and she has on numerous occasions applauded their sense of duty and compassion.
And today she leads the nation in the tribute to our frontline fighters.
The Guard of Honor will now execute the Feu De Joie, or Fire of Joy, to celebrate our nation's birthday.
Kanan kombatan akan tembak Feu De Joie. Isikan, go! Tema! Second, Lucky! Howard! Tema! Second, Lucky! Howard! Tema! Color, Govatan! Tatang! Senja! Tak! Color, Govatan! Russo! Senja! Tak! Madam President, may I have a permission to perform a salute to our frontline fighters and essential workers, and thereafter march off the parade, ma'am.
Madam President will now take her seat.
This is home, truly, where I know I must be, where my dreams wait for me, where that river always flows.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we commemorate 55 years of independence, let us not forget the unsung heroes who have been working tirelessly when our nation was hit by the challenges from the COVID-19 pandemic. From the frontliners to the supporting staff in the vital services which have kept Singapore going, this group of Singaporeans have been courageously working and serving our community to protect us. They serve with courage and a big heart, and all Singaporeans are appreciative of the sacrifices that they have made. A group of them are here with us this morning, representing their teammates. To show our appreciation for their commitment and professionalism, the parade will now perform a salute as a tribute to all frontline fighters and essential workers who have contributed to the fight against COVID-19.
Howard! Senja! Tak!
Let's put our hands together for our frontline fighters and essential workers who have made a difference in this fight. To everyone who has contributed, thank you. Let's continue supporting each other as we overcome the challenges ahead.
Kanan Kehormatan Russo Senja Tak!